Hello everyone, Accurate Amanda here. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for the notifications. In this video you are about to see, you will find lies debunked, stories changed, and laws misused by the Gulfport, Florida Police Department. We have covered the Gulfport, Florida Police Department many times in the past. If you remember my interview with Chief Robert Vincent, he states to me that the director of the building department claimed Mr. Lee was trying to force his way into a building, and the director had to physically pull on the door handle to stop Mr. Lee from entering the building department. In this video, you will see that it's physically impossible because there are no door handles inside of that door somebody could have pulled on from the inside. The statement soon changed after, saying that Mr. Lee was trying to storm the building by pressing the handicap button just to open the door. Now let's talk about the misuse of Florida Statute 810.08, and we're going to be looking at Section 3. As used in this section, the term person authorized means any owner or lessee or his or her agent or any law enforcement officer whose department has received written authorization from the owner or lessee or his or her agent to communicate an order to depart the property in case of a threat to public safety or welfare. I'm going to leave you guys off with that. Let me know in the comments what you think about Mr. Lee's actions and if you believe that he was a threat at all to public safety or even a nuisance. I don't know about you, but redressing your government should not be labeled as a threat to public safety or a nuisance. Thank you all for watching.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Great. I asked for an officer in a sense to come to my house. I didn't ask for an officer to call me.
Okay, well, I'm handling this by phone, sir. What can I help you with? What's your trespass warning?
Well, you could have handled it in person the same when I was asking you, correct?
How can I help you reference the trespass warning?
Again, I was asking that in person and you decided you were going to ignore me. So I'm a little confused in saying why you can't show up and answer my questions in person.
Mr. Lee, I can handle this via phone as well. What can I help you with?
Okay, great. What crime did I commit?
You do not need to commit a crime. If the city has deemed you a nuisance or a disturbance, they can issue a trespass warning, which at the request of the city manager is what we issued you.
So First Amendment protected activity is now considered a nuisance?
Mr. Lee, what do you need clarification on the trespass warning?
I want to notice in the criminal aspects of it. What crime did I commit?
Mr. Lee,
are you a feelings police or are you an actual cop that upholds the law?
I hope you have a blessed day, sir.
Are you a cop that upholds the law? Oh, okay.
All right, guys. I've called the building department numerous times. No one ever picks up the phone, so I figured I'd go live and to protect myself since last time they went ahead and started lying, saying that I was trying to force my way into a building and blah, 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 when there was a table right in front of this door. Couldn't even get close to the door, but they kept saying I was pulling on the handle. So... Hi, can I get service? Can I get service out here? Well, I don't know if I can come in or not, and so I want to make sure that I can get the service I need. I've already called like 10 times and no one's picked up. Well, I'm outside the door. That's the reason why I'm not in. I need open records. Yeah, I was told to speak to Lisa. No, I prefer to speak to someone if you don't mind. This time I'm actually recording. I'm actually recording Facebook Live. So I would prefer someone to help me because I've already called plenty of times. Thank you.
Okay, so you can call Clark Stryker. I can give you his phone number. You can...
I've already attempted to call 10 times already.
Okay,
This is the same argument as we had last time. It is I continue to keep calling up and please don't interrupt me. I called several times last time with the attempts of pulling permits. You guys never return emails. You never return calls. But you want to get sarcastic. You want to get stupid. You want to get belligerent and send with your clients and send your clients, us, residents. We are the ones that's paying for your salaries. You owe us an explanation to why you never once respond back to my calls.
I'm trying to get your phone number.
I've attempted 10 times.
He will actually speak to you right
I
now.
would like to have someone come in person to give me my open records request. At this point, what the state law says is that I can go through any single person. Okay? No, you can write it out. The state law says that you need to write it because it's going to be in your handwriting, so there's no confusion. That I can give it to any city employee, and I can get an open records request.
What we're asking you to do.
I just need to know. Hey.
You can call.
No. I'm not doing the call thing anymore. I already called 10 times. I actually called 15 times today. I already have your other employees from the city hall and mocking you guys because even the special department is telling me that you guys never pick up the phone. I recorded all of it, and I'm going to publish it yet again. I just want an open records request. By law, I'm able to give it to anyone that is staffed to this city.
Will you go get me a pen and paper?
Thank you. Did the same thing last time. You sit here lying, telling me that I was trying to force my way into a building when I was never here, when you had a big old table right here blocking your door.
You want to give me the request?
Yes, I need to know in this end any mobile food vendor that has ever applied for this 22-6.12 under this special permit that apparently is required for outdoor sales or displays. And again, any mobile food vendor. That means anyone under a tent, on a table, on a kiosk, on a cart, food truck.
What was the under what?
B.
You want to read it to me again?
The ordinance is 22.6.12. Apparently, it's been in existence since 2013, so I'll take anything in this that you have and it's in going as far back as possible, or even just for me, it's in within the last 2 or 3 years, because I would love to know this since 2019, when you denied me my first permit in this sense to operate as a mobile food vendor.
Do you have any other requests?
Yeah, I need to know this and again, this and how many mobile food vendors, and again, I want to make sure that we're specific in this sense, because again, mobile food vendor in this and by the state law defines it as anyone in this and other than people selling vegetables or fresh fruits that is in a bike, food truck, cart, tent, table. So anyone selling food is what I want.
Okay.
I don't want this in the confusion later, oh, well, we only got you this. No, anyone who's ever been able to sell food.
Requests?
Yes. There's any cameras out here?
We have no cameras.
Cameras inside? Okay. Any photos of the tables that were outside with the permits? All right. So pretty much nothing. So you want to still go on camera and tell me that I was actually holding on to that door?
Do you have any other requests?
No, well, you stated in that I kept pulling on the door, and since I just want to know in this, and was that factual?
I'm here to take your request for public information.
You said you kept trying to pull on the inside of the door. I kept trying to pull on the outside of the door. Well, that's why I'm questioning, because what you said before in this end was that you were pulling on the inside, and I was pulling on from the outside.
Do you have any other requests?
Yeah, what about the gentleman that was here that's making the open records request and this, and when I was here trying to pull my permit? I need to know his name.
We probably wouldn't have.
Well, it should have been in your witness statements. Okay. No, he was actually applying because he was out here with me to this end already. No, he was applying. You were giving him an application. He was applying for it here or there on the actual table that was right in front of your door.
Very possible.
Okay. It was possible. So I need to know on November 4th, that day to this and that I had an incident with you. I need to know who that person is.
So we'll give you November 4th.
I'll take the names and phone numbers, please. And specifically to this and whenever the incident happened. If there's a timestamp that is on that paper, then when he dropped it off, I'll take it. Oh, okay. So then another question too, I want the phone call pulled in the sense of when she called you from the office to come out here and help me to give me the application.
She didn't call me.
Yes, she did.
I called her.
No, I called her because the first time I left that I was here.
If you're talking about Leslie at the
No.
City Hall, I called her.
I'm not talking about Leslie. I'm talking about this on the one at the 1,000 number. I forget what her name is. She called you, this department, to have someone come out and give you the application because it wasn't on this table.
We don't keep records.
Well, you do. You actually record them. So I'll take that too, please.
We don't record
It actually is recorded. Would you mind requesting it?
I
Just put it in my request.
And if-
Just put it in my request if you don't mind.
Okay.
And your name is?
My name is Clark Striker. I'm with the,
And you're the same one I had an issue with last time, right?
I don't recall.
You don't recall anything giving me a hard time about the permit?
I don't recognize you.
Huh.
I don't recall.
Is this the same guy that wrote those statements on March? How's it look? Okay, let me give you my email address. It's M as in Mary, R as in Richard, J as in Jesse, E, S, not F, Jesse.
2 S's.
As if you were spelling Jessica, Jesse. At LE at Gmail. So Mr. Jesse Lee, MrJessele at Gmail. If you would respond to one of my emails to this, then I'm sure that you would have had it by now, but I don't see LE. So it's MrJessele. And I still don't see S's. All right, I just want to make sure that we're good. And at gmail.com?
Correct.
Perfect. Now, you have about 5 days to get back to me? I'll take a confirmation email too, and by the way, I'll take that today, and then you have 5 days to uphold my request. I'll give you 10, actually. Thank you. Pick up the phones. People are complaining. Thank you. I figured I'd go live and just to make sure that there ain't no fucking lying this time. Good morning, everyone. That's definitely going to be a good morning. So I'm back at the permits department here. I wanted to point out some obvious stuff because I'm going to be working on a video to this thing coming up and to prove these people and saying we're liars and what they did. So, like I said before, there was an actual table right across here, and anyone that came to the permits department would have actually known that. But on a video with the chief of police, and he's stating that apparently I was holding onto that door and they were on the inside and trying to pull it.
Somebody called the police and said this man is trying to force his way into the community development building. The director of the community development department told me yesterday that they had to actually pull on the door from the inside to keep him from pulling it open from the outside.
But as you saw yesterday, they said you cannot pull from the inside of that door. So what they did next is they changed their story up. Now they're stating this, and by me pressing this handicap button, that is considered this enforcing my way into a public building. So all that information at the very moment, there was whatever that was released into the public and was all about pushing a handicap button. However, they do admit in the report that they falsely filed against me that there was another person here. But they didn't do the investigation just to start problems. And again, all this was just to be able to pull a garage parking permit that I've attempted for at least 2 weeks to get, and I've tried to call them numerous times, and they didn't bother picking up their phones or even calling back. So when I get here, there's another gentleman already waiting. I did knock on the door to see if anyone was there. And I looked at the table, but my specific application wasn't available. So what I did is I actually went and sent to City Hall, but I didn't go inside. I just parked in the lot and called the 1,000 number. She then called them to have them come here and give me the application. So when I got back, I parked just about where my car is right now. And the gentleman was in his car now that was here originally, waiting for someone to attend to him. I told him, hey, someone's going to come to the door. So we both got out of the car. We then came back. This one decides he's going to come out with no face mask, no gloves, to hand me the application. So I immediately fill it out on the spot while he's attending this and the other person. But when I try handing it back to him, he then starts utilizing COVID as an excuse and for a free permit. The only thing he needed to do was sign it. So now I had to be in a box and sent for 3 days. But then all of a sudden now it was a COVID thing. Now he had to get tested for COVID because apparently they said I touched a piece of paper. But again, he had no mask, no gloves on.
So again, always utilizing into this and these excuses in order to validate this in their poor behavior. And I'm not the only one in town has had issues with them. Because right after that, it's in Margaret Tober even came, actually not came, but she actually wrote them an email stating, hey, I may not like Mr. Lee, but you are absolutely wrong in this and for what you did, because you're not giving anyone options. You're not telling them where they can go do things. And they never gave me the option other than continue to keep calling back. So that was our main argument. Please call back. Like, no, I've already done that for 2 weeks. Why would I continue to keep repeating the same thing over and over again, which doesn't make any sense to me? Really, honestly, doesn't make any sense than to continue to keep calling. Well, I'm right here in front of you, first of all. Oh, we'll return your call. No. He must have said that at least 15 times since throughout our conversation, to the point where I just got slightly annoyed. I did push the button here, because I asked him to send for his supervisor, and he refused to get me his supervisor. So eventually I just left, no problems. I went and sent to City Hall yet again for the second time, parked in the lot, and I got out my car and sent to pick up and to send the phone in order for me to call to send for a supervisor. And now in this, I have all this mess happening. So again, this all drums down to this me filing a racial discrimination letter with the city on the 1st and the 2nd of September. And only because I filed and sent that racial discrimination letter with the city did they trespass me after. Miss, is someone gonna come help me? Is anyone else available? So now I had someone call me, and I want to say it was sarcastically done, by the way, at like 6:49 in the morning. I mean, who calls someone at 6:49 in the morning and expects them to pick up? So anyways, and about 40 minutes later, I realized in this end that I had missed the call. I called back, and no one picks up. I've called her and it's at least 2 or 3 times again. Still no one calls, no one picks up. So I have no idea why she returned my call at the very moment, other than that I was trying to initially put in open records request, but I thought I took care of that yesterday. Even that came back mangled, by the way, guys, and so you'll enjoy to send those emails. Because I thought I was very specific, clear in this and with what I wanted, and apparently it came out and it very mismatched and sent to the things that I needed and once I got that email. So hopefully they understand the email, because apparently I don't speak English and properly, or there's always a misconception to send things that come out my mouth. I'm always an aggressor or attacker or an agitator or something. You can never be appropriate with these people, but how can you be when they're always lying, when they're always doing stupid shit? I don't get it. So even right now to this end, I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to get any assistance, and no one is helping. Hi, can I get some help? Can I get some help? It's a real short question. I just need to know why someone called me at 6:49 in the morning. Doesn't need to be dramatic. So here we are again. Everyone's listening. Everyone's knows I'm here, but no one wants to come assist me. So let's figure out what's going to go on now, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be calling the police for one odd reason again, for something as simple as asking a question or asking for help. So again, welcome to wonderful Gulfport, Florida, where you can't talk to elected officials, you can't complain about nobody, without instant retaliation, harassment, all types of weird stuff. Well, let's try to figure out how many cops are going to show up today at this very moment for asking such a simple question. Are you going to plan to help me? If you guys don't want to help me, just let me know so I can just go. I really don't want to be out here all day and begging and for my employees and to assist me on something. I don't get it. I don't get how you get such privilege to have such a great job, great health benefits, to work in a sense for a community who's allowed them to send the opportunity to be able to feed themselves, clothe themselves, house themselves. So many opportunities given to them. And yet they develop into this. I don't get it. I'm assuming they may not come out because of the camera too. I feel like I should be writing a letter and sticking it on the window that you plan on helping me or not kind of thing. Here's one of the officers there. Let's see if he stops by or she stops by, whatever the case might be. Hi, can someone help me? Are you not planning to help me? Can you come to the door so you can tell me? Because I can't hear through windows. Do you plan on helping me or no? You're coming to help me? Oh, who's that? From this department or from some another department? From the police department? Which department? Hold on. Sugar, I'm hard of hearing this. And which department?
Somebody will be over to check you.
Who's coming to help me, if you don't mind me asking? From which department? From which department, honey? Oh, okay. Thank you. It took her 9 years to answer me. That's fun. So obviously one of these two can come help in this end, but they're choosing to stay around doing nothing. Anyways, let me just leave. Clearly, that's their intentions, is to just keep me out here to descend for the next hour and a half and to descend pretty much begging them for help and assistance. Because this is exactly what Gulfport's about.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
We're just here to issue a trespass warning at the request of the city manager
For which department?
for this one right here.
I haven't gone in there.
They're requesting to trespass you.
So this entire time, and to send you guys and just let me waiting out here for what? For me asking for assistance? So why am I being trespassed then?
City manager has requested you to be trespassed from the building.
What crime have I committed?
He does not want you on the property at this point.
What crime have I
There is
committed?
your copy, sir.
Answer my question, please. What crime have I committed? Have I committed a crime? Have I committed a crime? Have I committed a crime? Have I committed a crime?
Leave the property, please.
I'm not inside the building. I can still be out here on the sidewalk. Have I committed a crime? So again, another illegal trespass by the city manager. Here we go again. Don't have to do nothing here wrong town, I'm telling you, in order for you to get trespass. But if you go to 81008, 81009, literally in the bottom on little number 3 says that you must have committed a crime in order for anyone to trespass you. According to them, they can just trespass you for any reason and for no reason at all. You tell me how this works out. So again, let's figure it out. Let's see if we can get them to answer my question. We are here in downtown Gulfport. I noticed there was a officer here, so I figured I'll ask him exactly what the laws are in reference to this trespassing and First Amendment protectivities. Hi guys. Well, the infamous Officer Ross, I finally get to meet you. Wow. So I just got another trespass warning today. Okay. I'd like to know some of the laws behind it. Last time I found out this and the First Amendment protected activity to this and wasn't a nuisance. Doing official business wasn't a nuisance. Last time I also checked and you're supposed to have an actual lawful reason. I must have committed a crime in order for you to have trespassed me. So can you tell me which law provides your police department is to trespass citizens?
Trespasses, they didn't have to be breaking the law.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Would you mind pulling up and it's in 81008 and 81009, please? I'm assuming you have a cell phone, right?
I don't have it on me.
Officer Rawsonson, would you mind pulling up and it's in 810 and 809 the list of the trespass laws for Florida?
It's kind of hard to do that in direct sunlight.
Okay. Did you want to go out of the...
Some shade, but if you have a complaint to make, you can notify our supervisor.
Well, I've already tried that. I tried asking the question to this and in reference and sent to this trespass warning to one of your supervisors, and she arrogantly didn't have to respond. I got her on video saying this, and just simply because I'm a nuisance, and therefore you can trespass me. Again, your 810 statute, Florida statute, by the way. We're talking about Florida law here. Last time I checked, you guys weren't feelings police, right? You were actual officers that actually uphold the law, right? Okay, so I'm asking about the law now at the very moment, because if you're here in dissent because someone decided to shed a tear and you're just sitting here being weaponized against the citizens, and now you're telling me, and said again, that 810 this specifically states, oh, okay, well, you want to get a supervisor here so I can take up my grievances? Great, and make sure it isn't the same person who just hung up the phone on me. I don't need another arrogant officer. That woman, whoever her name is, that issued me this trespass. Well, I don't know, she was with Grimes, I guess.
Okay. I mean, she's the supervisor for today, so...
Well, someone's got to be above her, so I'll take this in where was above her, so file a complaint against her for hanging up the phone on me and then telling me again that being a nuisance is enough and it's to violate someone's constitutionally protected activities. There's no law in this that goes above the Constitution, right? You can't make laws that violate this or exceed the Constitution, right? So if I'm doing an open audit into grievances and in order for me to get assistance, since I'm assuming this and that, again, you can't trespass me. And just because you don't like me and you consider me a nuisance, it doesn't mean that I don't have rights at the very moment.
Well, it's not us.
It is you. Your police department just issued this to me.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Right there again. O'Reilly asked, did it? But again, who's the one upholding the law here? Sorry, guys. Just pose for the camera. Give me some sexy poses. Bam. Again, my question is very simple, guys. Are you going to follow the law, or are you just going to continue to keep allowing your city hall to weaponize your department to harass citizens? So, Officer Ross, is your body camera going? Perfect. I'll be for requesting to send the video. So you have the opportunity to send a hopping on your phone and pulling up, and it's an 810-08, 810-09, specifically Section 3, right at the very bottom, where it says in this that I must have been committing a crime and is in order for me to be trespassed. So I just want to know, how is it a First Amendment protected activity to consider a crime?
Sir, I don't know anything about. I don't even know what.
Well, you still work in the sense for Gulfport Police.
What address you're even referring to. So
It's the building department at the very moment. I'm only asking you for the law, sir. That's all I'm asking you for. No one has.
Do you have any issues
No one has explained this. They're telling me that being a nuisance is enough innocent for you guys to violate my rights again. I'm only asking you this, and if you're a Gulfport Police Department officer, right? You work for the police department here?
I'm not going to get in this back and forth.
We're so back and forth. I'm asking you to for someone to tell me what crime have I committed in order for you to have trespassed me.
Speak with the supervisor. I'm not going to answer any of your questions.
Oh, okay. Again, no one wants to apparently at the very moment. That's the problem, though. So who is going to be the one to answer my question? If it ain't your supervisors, it ain't you.
Been notified, all right?
Okay. So again, are you allowed to issue trespass warnings?
Am I allowed to issue
Yeah.
trespass warnings?
You've done it before, right? On camera, were you soliciting them? So again, that statute would still apply to you, right? So you would have to have had criminal activity in order for you to do that. I don't think anything is going to work into this with the way you've been behaving to this with another Latino citizen here.
All right.
So, but good luck on the lawsuit, by the way. I'm hoping that the rest of those documents come out into this end where we can get your police department back in order. You can be civil with your residents here, and you're not going to sit here harassing people into this end or trumping their rights or violating laws. And how do I, by the way, just in case, how do I, where's my court date on this?
There's no court case, sir.
So how do I battle this in?
You got to go to the city. You got to talk to the city.
Which city? If I'm not allowed at City Hall, how do I battle this in?
Talk to the supervisor.
Oh, interesting. Which supervisor?
The current one that's on duty.
Oh, so she has the rights in this end to trump this?
No, she can inform you on how you can go about dealing.
Okay, but why isn't it on the ticket, though?
Sir, if you have a problem, speak to city.
What, it's a 14th Amendment violation. It's in a due process. So I'm just confused. Where do I go to actually exercise?
You have a good day, sir. I have something I have to do.
All right, now. Now, I wasn't trying to interrupt you, I just figured you got it done. You were over there having a decent conversation like you had nothing better to do. All right.
Waiting on the call back because my sergeant is the one you spoke with, so waiting for the call
Yeah, I requested her to come to my house, and then again, I would like you to pull up, since you're in front of your computer now, and it's 810.08, 810.09. You want to hop to the very bottom of that actual law into this end where it says, the crime has to have been committed in order for me to be trespassed. By utilizing the officers and to weaponize them to come after a citizen. 810.08, 810.09, yep. Does not say anything that you get to issue trespass warnings for any reason whatsoever. Doesn't say anything you guys get to violate First Amendment protected activity. Look at number 3 all the way in the bottom. What does it say? Yeah, that's why you falsified reports and trumped up charges against me prior to this, because you realize you got caught in violating the law. At least your department did. Yeah, and your chief of police did. But,
Give me 1 second, all right?
all right.
Okay. So the commander's going to be calling you?
I don't even know who's calling me. Which commander?
Commander Farron.
Why do I need her calling me when she's been violating my rights too?
Well, she's the one that can...
No, I want a home visit.
Huh?
I want a home visit. I'm going to go home, tell her I want a home visit. I would like for her to explain again how exactly you're violating people's rights here. And so again, you're being utilized.
I can tell her that.
So what does that statute say, by the way, at the very bottom?
Listen. Sorry, not Rose.
Farron.
Farron will call.
Again, what does the law say is I'm asking, because you're supposed to be following the law, right?
I read through it.
Okay, where's number 3? You didn't read through nothing into this, and where's number 3? Read it. Read what it says. It says I have to be committing a crime, right? What does it say?
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about crime.
Keep scrolling down, unless you got the wrong one. Well, yes, it does. It says in this that I must be committing a crime. What about 09? Because it should say number 3 right at the very bottom. What does it say? Read it, so I can't see it from here. I don't like liars. I'm telling you, it's exactly what it says. You can't, in this sense, violate people's civil rights to this, and simply because, in this sense, someone's being a nuisance and you don't like it. Commander Farron, I requested this in your presence to my house so I can file a complaint in person.
I understand that you requested me to come there, but I'm going to handle this complaint on the phone.
Well, I don't feel comfortable in this sense with it on the phone. I feel a lot more comfortable in this sense explaining myself in this sense in person. But again, my needs are never met, right?
What can I do for you today, Mr. Lee?
Well, I want to know this and when exactly this is a First Amendment protected activities and consider a nuisance.
What are you referring to?
Well, I went into this and to record this in your building department and asked this and for services. Someone decided to give me a call at 6:49 this morning, so I showed up to figure out exactly what was occurring. But I was live doing a First Amendment audit. Then all of a sudden, they called the police on me and had me trespassed. And again, you're in violation of my First Amendment rights. You're in violation of my 14th Amendment rights. So I want to know this and where exactly was I threatening?
I'm not sure why you're asking us that question. Why wouldn't you ask them that question?
I did ask them that question. She refused to answer it.
Who did you ask that question to?
To the two officers who arrived. I have it on video. I then had her call me to this, and she did the same thing to me on the phone. I asked her if she was the feelings police. So you guys are feelings police now at the very moment? Because last time I checked, you had to have a valid reason to trespass me. And the last time I checked, and there's no law and it over exceeds the Constitution, right?
So, are you calling, or you requesting to speak with me because you have questions about your trespass warning? Or
no, I want to file a complaint against your police officer at the very moment, who again just violated my First Amendment rights. You're in violation of my 14th Amendment rights. She wouldn't explain herself to me. She was being very arrogant and very disgruntled. Then I had requested an officer to come to my house. She then decided to call me, have that recorded too, because she got offended in what I said she's supposed to be upholding the law. Last time I checked, you guys weren't feeling police, right?
What law do you think she didn't uphold?
Your 810. The First Amendment, Constitution, which specifically states that I can go in and do a First Amendment audit and take my grievances up and what I need to with my government. My 14th
Wherever
Amendment.
The public is allowed, the cameras are allowed.
Yeah. Go ahead, Amanda. Let her know.
Hey, I'm Commander Barrett. I've been listening all along. My name is Acura Amanda. I know you've heard of me. How are you doing today? I'm all right. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm a little bit upset about what's going on with Mr. Lee. He was just trespassed from the building department parking lot, and I was watching on Facebook Live. I'm actually going to mirror it to my channel so my 34,000 subscribers can also address their grievances with what they've seen today. But Mr. Lee, all he did was ask for services. He wanted to know why he was called at 6 a.m. And two officers came out, one blonde female, one gentleman, and they issued Mr. Lee a trespass warning while he was in the parking lot. He did not commit any crime. He was just simply trying to get services. Okay, so there seems to be a misnomer about whether or not you have to commit a crime to be trespassed from a public
I have to have been a public threat. Was I threatening anyone? The last time I checked, it's in a First Amendment protected activity, and it's not considered a public threat. Last time I checked, it's in...
And they have to be committing a crime, like, for example, loitering or fast burglary. You cannot just go around and trespass people because you don't like them. That's not the way the law works. You guys are creating a huge liability in your department.
She told me the reason why I was trespassing was because I'm a nuisance.
I mean, everybody's a nuisance if you don't want to serve the public. I mean, when I come up to Gulfport, I want to see if I'm going to be trespassed from the same entity. I mean, if that's the case, that's really sad.
There's no law in this that oversees the First Amendment at the very moment. You just violated that.
And that's subject to time, place, and manner. And Mr. Lee met all of those. He was there during normal business hours. He was on public property. And manner, he was not creating a disturbance. He fixed all of those. My understanding is that he was creating a disturbance.
No, I wasn't. I was live.
That's not what the video says.
Exactly.
All right.
So again, you're doing whatever you want, like
ready?
you've always done before. Like when you showed up and they sent to my job demanding for my ID to run me for warrants. But according to you, that's not against my Fourth Amendment rights. Your policies dictate and send that you can just go.
Let's put that, excuse me. Let's put that aside for a second.
No, I just want to make sure in the sense that they're perfectly aware in the sense of everything they're doing.
All right, so I understand that. Go ahead. Neither one of you is listening to me, so I'm going to disconnect this
Here's the
phone
excuse.
call.
Go ahead, let's listen.
No, listen. You're not listening to a word that I'm saying.
You're
so
not asking
what is the point
anything
of
at the very
having-
moment. You asked us for an explanation. We were
Have a
explaining it
nice
to you.
day.
So what do you need to ask us? I don't like liars. I'm telling you, it's exactly what it says. You can't, in a sense, violate people's civil rights in a sense simply because, in a sense, someone's being a nuisance and you don't like it. So are you saying that you guys are above, in a sense, the First Amendment? You're supposed to be upholding the amendment, right? You swore constitutional, right? You swore to protect the Constitution, yes or no? Okay, but again, this is still a protected First Amendment activity that I am doing, and you still can't trespass me simply because. Okay, but your department is. And again, it does state in the sense that I have to have committed a crime in order for me to be trespassed. Yes, it does. We'll pull up 09 then, if you have 08 up.
It says, as used in this section, the term authorized person or person authorized means the owner, his or her agent, or a community association authorized as an agent for the owner or any law enforcement officer whose department has received written authorization from the owner, his or her agent, or a community association authorized as an agent for the owner to communicate the order to the property in case of a threat to public safety or welfare.
A threat to public safety. Or what?
Or welfare.
Oh, okay. So how am I a threat to public welfare?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So recording.
Okay.
Do First Amendment protected activity is a threat to society these days?
I have no idea what you're doing.
Oh, okay. So was I a threat?
I have no idea.
Well, I recorded everything, so I'm a little confused. How, again, exactly I'm being told I'm a nuisance, and now being a nuisance is a threat?
Okay. How am I supposed to know if it was me?
Again, I just want you guys to follow the laws. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. And saying you're law enforcement, and you're not feelings police. And saying sometimes, okay, and I'm confused again how you continue to keep being weaponized in the sense to harass us.
I'm not. I don't know what you're talking
Well, I would like to send that Commander Farron to come to my house.
about. Okay.
Let her know, and I'll be there. Hopefully, she's here to send within the hour.